Hello everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, hi Tim, how are you?
Yes.
Good. It's good to see you all again. Feels like I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah.
Um, all right, let's get started. Welcome everyone to the Aries Framework JavaScript Working Group call of August 31st. I need to remember you to abide by the Hyperledger Code of Conduct and the Antitrust Policy. If you would like to add yourself to the attendees list, feel free to do so. I posted the link in the chat to the meeting notes. Is there anyone new here today that would like to introduce themselves? I guess the answer is no, because I recognize all names. But if somebody wants to reintroduce, that's also welcome.
Yeah, or maybe someone who has the same name as someone we already know, right? It's still a possibility.
Not very verifiable, these names in Zoom. Well, I guess then we can just get started. Are there any status updates from the Bifold call or the Aries call that somebody want to report on?
Yeah, I just did an update, as you can see, regarding the Aries call held yesterday. Maybe I can add a link for that. Here, let me see. Yeah, so in yesterday's meeting, we were talking about mostly about a new protocol proposed by Sam, which is quite interesting. It's called the did rotate. I will look at it. I will send you the link. But basically, the idea is that it is a protocol for didcom version 1 that allows you to to rotate the did of your connection. So it can be useful, especially for those cases where we want to do an upgrade from didcom version 1 to version 2, for instance. Yeah, you can see on the that one there. But of course, it has also some other interesting use cases, or at least is what I can identify. For instance, when you want to drop a connection, when you want to explicitly say to the other party that you want to finish the connection, you can rotate to a this is something that I'm proposing, but you can also terminate a connection by using this protocol to have a. So basically, it will give didcom v1 the same capability that didcom version 2 supports natively, because in didcom version 2 you have the from prior header that allows you to rotate the div. So yeah, this is more or less how it works.
Interesting. This is, I think, really useful for like, especially if you use static dits. And for example, if you want to switch a mediator, like currently that just wasn't really possible. Now you could connect to the mediator and basically switch it up and rotate all your dits to new dits that include the new mediator, for example. So yeah, I like it. Any other status updates?
Yeah, and also regarding the on this meeting, we had this quick discussion about the did peer methods. I don't know if well, I think you raised some comments on the did peer 4 method proposal. So the idea basically is to deprecate the other 3 ones. I mean the algos, well, 0, 1, 2, 3 actually, in favor of this new one that allows you to define a short version and a long version of a div document, or of a div actually.
Yeah. Yeah, I think actually I quite like didpeer 4. I think in it's simpler and like it allows long form, short form. So I do think it's a good addition. It's just that like with the recent addition of didpeer 3, and now this would be 4. I said it would be having 4 num algos, but that's actually 5 again because we start counting at 0.
This is also something that I raised yesterday, and also I guess Daniel also was asking, because to me it's this peer 3 is like it's more a development version of a new algo, no, right? So then if nobody has implemented it yet, I think it won't hurt to just replace it by this new one. But the problem is that, or this is what I understand, is that the specification doesn't have a versioning or something that states that it is a draft or something like that. So and also it's not really a problem, it's just a number, right? I mean, it's
yeah. In the end, it's just a number. Yeah, it's just like if we just say didpeer 4 is the only one to support, then like it's okay. I just think we should make things simpler than more complex.
Yeah, and so but what we will probably do is just to not to not support or to not add this didpeer 2 support in the did exchange, but go directly through the didpeer 4.
Yeah, and then we'll just like at some point stop creating invitations probably with didpeer 1, and like keep supporting it for backwards compatibility. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, anyone from the AFJ community that has like an objection against didpeer 4 and having that implemented in AFJ?
I only have an objection against people now starting work on dit pair 5. That would be
Yeah,
let's get one implemented first.
I think this will be the final one. Let's hope so. Okay. Yeah, Ariel just no, not Ariel. Akif just mentioned in the chat there's a new code with us from BCgov on creating a load generator for testing BCgov issuers, verifies, and a DITCOM mediator. And as I understand it, you need to create you need to be able to dynamically spin up multi-tenant AFJ agent with a lot of wallets and provide APIs for BCgov to integrate their issuers, verifiers, and mediator with, so they can test the issuance and verification at scale. Is that correct, Akif?
Looks like it. I haven't really read through it like completely, but I think that sounds like what it's asking for.
Okay.
Yeah, I did look through it, and it's about correct. There is an existing implementation already, which uses I don't remember. It's somewhere here. Locust, yeah, which is a Python framework for like Gatling gun testing. That like the tests are implemented in Python, but then you have a controller in Python that calls through the CLI interface. It calls an AFJ agent, and that AFJ agent will then reach out to a mediator and to an issuer, etc. And I think the biggest problem here is that they have the problems. Just the test generation, or like the AFJ agent, the whole test suite couldn't fire a request rapidly enough. So that's why they want to go to multi-tenancy to see if that helps. Which it will.
Cool. Sounds interesting. Okay. Well, then I think we can get started with the agenda. We don't have a very prepared agenda, but there's a few items. Namely, 041 has been released. We want to continue the discussion on DITCOM v2 because I saw a lot of PRs have been opened and stuff going on, which looks exciting. I have an issue I wanted to quickly discuss if we have time, like keeping an HTTP socket open when using implicit invitations. I have another topic, probably can also be postponed to the future, but like separating the storage layer from AFJ. 050 release, I think we can make good progress on this. So we can also discuss that. Are there any other topics we would like to discuss today?
Yes, hi everyone, but maybe it's just a quick question. So I wanted to ask about SIOP and OpenID for verifiable presentation support progress. Because yeah, I see good work you guys doing on OpenID for verifiable credential issuance support. And I remember that in previous presentations, I believe maybe even pre-040 release, we had an item about that there is a current work on SIOP and OpenID for verifiable presentation support. But yeah, but I haven't seen PRs, branches, or so on, so I just wanted to ask here.
Yeah, are you talking about like for holders specifically or in general?
I mean, just in general, in AFJ support for this.
Yeah, because we, for like OpenID, for VCI, we also don't support like the server side yet, only the wallet side.
Yeah, right.
Okay, yeah, let's add that. Any other topics? Ariel, did I cover everything? Because you said you had like a lot of fun things you wanted to discuss.
Yeah, but mostly about DITCOM and And
Okay.
and dropping support for Node. Yeah, it's everything there. I don't know if you wanted. But I don't think we will have enough time. But you were talking, mentioning about this Open Wallet Foundation, and if you
Yeah.
want to leave it for the next one, it's no problem.
Yeah, maybe we can do it for the next one. Yeah, because I want to come with a concrete proposal for it.
Okay, nice.
Okay, then let's get started. This is a quick one. 041 has been released with quite some new features, or not features, mostly bug fixes, I think. For a lot of different things, and there's a few few updates, new features also. I think a big one that we are using right now is that you can now use Esker profiles for multi-tenancy, so you can have multiple tenants within a single store, and they use profiles for each different tenant. So instead of creating a new database for each tenant, it will reuse the same database. It's a bit like with in the SDK, you had like single wallet per database and multi-wallet per database, and this is like the multi-wallet per database feature. And let me see, I don't know what way without handshake. Well, a lot of other fixes and stuff in there. We have already updated, I think, mediator agent, a mediator and a cloud agent and a wallet to it, and it seems to all work fine. So, any notes on the 041 release? I don't know if I have these are in here. This one isn't. No. Okay. So we'll get to that in a bit, and probably. I'll do this one first because then I think it's a quick one. So OpenID for VCI, SIOP, OpenID for VP support. I think we added support for receiving OpenID for credentials over OpenID for verified credential. We haven't added support for these. We have added support for those in our wallet that is also built with AFJ. But we just haven't got the time yet to integrate it into Aries JavaScript, and also like not fully enough experience probably to fully know how to integrate it. But we will start integrating it in the coming months for a new project we're working on. Have you talked about that here already, Kareem, or?
No, honestly, I didn't know if I was supposed to, as it is sort of a direct call for funding, but I've just posted the link in the chat. So we have we've done like we've done with Anocreds before, like ledger agnostic Anocreds. We did sort of a community call. We'd like to do this work, but we need we need some funding to get through it. So we published this open call where we did a little item breakdown per work package. So we have basically the call is, or the overarching initiative is to make Aries Framework JavaScript compatible with the European standards, at least that are published in the architecture reference framework. And we have divided them up into 4 work packages. And so anyone interested can contribute to those. So yeah, definitely this is something I think we have it planned for next week already. We will start to work on OpenID and SD jobs.
Yeah. So I think the answer is we're working on it and planning to continue that work. looking with vendors to secure funding to get that implemented. And yeah, we'll just raise it here, not as a call for funding per se, because this is like a open source community call, but more of like an update on like what is the work that is going on. So we really hope to get started work on this soon and have that merged in the in the coming months, a bit depending on like how quick can we get that funding secured for all the packages.
Another interesting addition to point out here is that we will also look at issuing and verifying anon creds over OpenID. Which is for most OpenID users not very interesting, but for this community probably is.
But do you think, guys, that we can get at least a temporary repo for this OpenID for verified representation module?
I mean, a separate repository.
Yeah, because I know that you are hacking a little bit in your Paradigm wallet and that stuff, but for us it will be also useful to start touching it a little bit, because we also want to use OIDC for the Plug Fest in October. So maybe we can a bit, even if it's not something stable or something that it can have the, I mean, it has the quality needed for integrating into AFJ core repository. Maybe we can just,
well, we can keep it on a separate branch, right? Because I don't see why, like, I think I've raised this question before, because OpenID is not really Aries, as most things are not anymore.
Or in the
nowadays,
extension,
but
maybe in the extension repository.
Yeah, the line between those is still difficult, but yeah, I agree.
I think I'm fine with a separate repo for now, or just moving it somewhere. Like, I think having it published is a bit like, there are really some things in just that are very specific to our use case and which types of credential we use. But I think, yeah, we can look at getting it in soon. I would rather not have it in the extensions repo, because we don't have the other packages, like OpenID for VCI isn't in the extension repo, and I think everything that is in the extension repo becomes like a pain to keep up to date with what's going on in core. But yeah, like, if somebody wants to do the work, like, you're more than free to, because the Paradigm wallet is open source, just pull in the packages into AFJ and get it into a state where like it's at least mergeable. I think like with a few additions, we could get it released as an experimental package in AFJ, because we're not doing that much changes. But for example, we have made some changes to the OpenID for VCI module, and there are some custom things we do for display metadata. But like, if we have a first version that doesn't have that in AFJ, I think that will already help a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, and isn't it also, because that is, I'm just remembering that now, like, I think we said a while ago that extensions is for basically non-protocol stuff that you build on top of AFJ, so helper stuff like the Redux store or the React hooks. And as this is really a protocol, I guess we want to keep it.
Yeah, but that's not the case of the push notifications. Which is a protocol.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, it started out as not a protocol, and then we wrote a protocol around it. Yeah.
Push notification should be moved back to the main repo.
Yeah.
But
I think it was not in there because core was still not separated yet. Maybe.
And I think the initial goal we had for push notifications is that it would also really add like integration with React Native SDKs for receiving push notifications. And in the end, it always just ended up being a protocol. So I think I'm fine with moving it also. Yeah. So the package is here, and we copied it from AFJ module. But as you can see, like this is also part of the reason why we haven't moved it, is because it depends on like a packed version of a draft PR in the OID for in the Surion, like here, this is a PR I created to update it, and there's a lot since have been a lot changed in this repo, and we need to get it into a state that it can be merged, which it currently can't because there are some tests failing, but I think there are some issues with the library. So it's expected that those tests are failing. So it has been like a bit of an issue to get this merged. And for us, this PR is needed to make it fully working. So that is a bit of like the dependency issue in, okay, we don't really want, I think, in the AFJ repo depend on like a very specific packed version of the OpenID for VCI client. But yeah, so if someone wants to spend the time now to get this like resolved, that we can depend on the latest release from the serial library, get that updated, and then make a PR to the AFJ repo, I think we're all good. Otherwise, we'll definitely pick that up as part of this project proposal. But yeah, we can give specific timelines now on how quick that would be.
Thank you. Great work, guys. It's clear.
Okay. Any other comments on this? Right. If somebody starts working on this, please let us know so that we know, like, we don't have two people working on it. Maybe we should also convert this into an issue to at least like know what the current status is. Does somebody want to pick that up?
You mean just making an issue from this work, from extracting it from the Paradigm wallet, putting it into AFJ and updating it, etc.
Yeah, just so that there's like some info on like
A place to
why don't we have
to
these
discuss.
two support yet? Yeah, where can you find support? Why haven't we merged it into AFJ yet?
Sure, send that to me.
Thank you.
No problemo.
All right, then on to DITCOM v2. Ariel, do you want to share your screen, or do you want me to open something, or?
Well, if you want to look at the super demo working, yeah, I can probably do you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me see if I'm not sure if it works, right? But at least
that's to be expected from demo.
Yeah. But let me see if I hope I'm sharing the right screen, I guess. Let me see if I can.
What obscure terminal application are you using?
The simplest one, because I don't usually use it. But I will put it more.
Oh, it's just normal.
Yeah. So we have this Alice and this classic power. I left it into. I put here this the logger just to let you see the messages it changed it, because otherwise it's almost the same as the DITCOM v1 demo, right? So in the we do the create connection invitation. We select version 2. So we receive the connection. So now we can send messages through the basic message protocol version 2. Hello. This is something I showed in the last meeting. You see that this is a DITCOM v2 message with the from and to. And then what's new this week is that we support this issue credential and present proof protocols version 3. So we can offer a credential with in the magic, and if everything goes fine, yeah, we see the credential offer with this with the body field from the DITCOM v2 and the attachment form. The attachment, I don't know if you remember, but in the v2 protocol, you have two separate attachments for the format and the attachment and the attachments of the credential offers. But in here in the v3, we directly use the format field of the attachment to show what's the credential format is. So yeah, we accept it and we have it. We have this credential request and the acknowledgement. I think the issue credential is here. Yeah, issue credential here. We mark it as accepted, and the same for the request proof. The request proof, we can see in the request presentation message, also with the format and the media type and we accept it, and we have the presentation, and that's it. That's the demo. So yeah, basically, I would say that yeah, I have to check if everything is perfectly fine in terms of the RFC from the WCAG PEX specification, but it seems like maybe it's something. There may be some differences on the acknowledges and something that I have to check, but otherwise it's more or less working. There are a lot of things to improve. For instance, about supporting all the extensions from DITCOM v2 headers. Like, well, we support threading, but we have also to add the timing and that decorators that have changed it on the version 2. But basically, we can use all these basic protocols on DITCOM v2.
That's exciting.
Well, yes. So there are some I think in the agenda or in the discussion there are some open questions there. I don't know if you want to show them again. Well, yeah, I have. Well, do we really need to attempt to not break any API actually? Because I think it's a big effort to do so. Given that we are going to introduce DITCOM v2 in the next major version, I think we can just move and update the APIs and the events appropriately.
Yeah, I think like we said this because we wanted to get it merged into 0 for 1, I think. But yeah, I don't see a reason to not do it in a 0.50 if we can do that in a timely manner. I think with the like all the protocols you now have, that is like most of the functionality we have for DidConf v1. So I would say that is definitely good to do.
Yeah, the thing that we are still missing, but I know that there was a good progress last year, is about the mediation part. That's what we are missing right now in DidConf v2. But I think it shouldn't be so complicated to add. But what do you think if we just try to merge into main in some steps, so it's easier to review? I mean, because if we put everything together, I mean, we can put these protocols because they don't touch a lot of things. But I guess that if we are also adding the mediation part, it will be touching a lot of things on other modules. So probably we can do it in a few different steps, and yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to implement these protocols before because I just wanted to see if we were missing some stuff, for instance, and actually what that happened, for instance, because for instance with in the model we didn't have support for some headers, and also the attachments, the attachment format, we had to have some other, for instance, in the attachment, in the v2 attachment, there were some missing fields like the format, which was important for this credential protocol. So I think it was nice to do so. But and also the other part that I would like to, yeah, in the last point regarding how to make protocol support both DidConf v1 and v2 at the same time, because at this moment the basic message is v2 is only working for DidConf v2, while actually if you see on the definition it also can work for v1, and the same for the other features v2 and other protocols we are developing. So how can we do to support both? Some time ago you suggested to just define a protocol for a given DidConf version and then transform back and forth to the corresponding DidConf envelope format for the connection or we are connecting to.
Yeah.
This is,
yeah, I don't really understand why they did it. Like basic messages v2 is a DidConf v1 to DidConf v2 translation. So why did they call it basic messages v2? Well, with Discover Features, they didn't create a new version. It has the same version as the DidConf v1 protocol. Like, it doesn't really make sense.
no.
And it would be easier if it was just a new major version because it's not the same protocol. But yeah, so I think ideally my preference would go to just like we support only one DidConf version for a protocol, but that's probably not gonna work.
Yeah, but you know that there are some protocols. I have seen a protocol in didconf.org created by a guy whose name is Timo Hlastra, I think, which is URL protocol that has some examples for both DidConf v1 and v2.
Yeah.
So that protocol supports both DID conversions, and I think it's not bad to have a well, probably, I don't know.
This, you mean this one, right?
Yeah, sure, the new rail protocol.
Yeah, yeah. I copied this from another our DIDCOM protocol. Like, but that it's defined here doesn't mean we have to support that in AFJ, of course.
No, but I'm going because I have also there is a guy. It's not yet published, but there is a guy that called Aries Gentile who also made some protocols that also the two examples. But no, they aren't published because of a CI problem on the on the DIDCOM GitHub. But
That guy.
yeah, but yeah, I don't know if I don't know if it is this is something we have to discuss on the DIDCOM.org also in the DIDCOM user group, for instance. I mean, if it's good for a protocol to support different DIDCOM envelopes, or we just need to change the major version and that's it. The issue is what happened when we want to create a new version of a protocol. We will say that all the old version numbers are for DIDCOM v1 and the even are for v2 or the opposite. That's a bit complicated, I think.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Also, there is a in I will share the link now in the chat. There is a good migratory script. It's like a mapping to convert from DIDCOM v1 to v2. Actually, moving to I use that mapping for converting attachments because the credential format services and the credential formats and the proof formats in AFJ are using attachments, the v1 attachments. So I had to do some internal conversion to make it easier to be able to use the same format for different protocol versions. So converting from v2 to v1 is quite straightforward because we just need to update the headers and move everything which is under body to the root of the JSON object. But for moving from v1 to v2, yeah, it's not so easy. I was doing some testing yesterday just to see if it's not so complicated to do so. I didn't finish, but the idea is what the concept I was following was that I was converting from v2 to v1 or vice versa right before packing the message in the case that the class has been defined for the wrong version of DIDCOM, and that went fine. But at the receiving party, I had to in the message receiver, I had to see if the plain text correspond to the v1 or v2 and check if the connection is well. So it wasn't so easy to do, but it's doable actually. It's doable, but yeah, some work needs to be done.
Yeah.
Because we have to work on the plain text object at that side. without any class or
Yeah, so we needed, yeah, one of my concerns here is that, like, for example, here we have a didconf v1 and a didconf v2 example. Like, I made these the same, but like, is it a requirement for a protocol that supports multiple DID conversions to be always like automatically transformable?
no, because there are some protocols that are not possible to run into the other version. For instance, the routing protocols and
Yeah, so yeah, maybe we need to look at like if there's a specific protocol we can support it like manually. Because I'm not sure if there's going to be a lot of protocols, and just having a like it, I think, for example, like transforming this message from a v1 to a v2 or vice versa. I think if you do that manually, it's actually quite simple. Because you just have a class of like we register both the v1 and v2 classes, we define both, and then you just like take the properties from the one to the other.
yeah.
So, and I don't suspect there will maybe be a lot. So question is, do we want to like have a script to do it automatically, or we can just like a protocol needs to explicitly support both versions?
It seems more appropriate to do it explicit.
Yeah, and I think like, because for example, if we, let's say we have to discover features v2, which works with both didconf v1 and v2, yeah, it would be actually quite simple to write a protocol just in one of the two DID conversions, and then like in the maybe in the handler, for example, we just do on the fly, like if it's a didconf v2 type, we transform it into a didconf v1 type. Then the implementation is just for didconf v1 for the discover features v2, and then before sending a message, if the protocol uses v2, the exchange, we transform it into a v2 message, and otherwise it stays in v1. And it can also be that a protocol is defined in didconf v2 natively, and then we do it the other way around. So the protocol implementation is then implemented once, but we support, like, we manually do the logic for doing it between didconf v1 or 2.
Yeah, the problem, I think, is about the way we are parsing the messages from plain text, because we are using this JSON transformer because we get from the message handler, from the message handler registry, we get the class that corresponds to a given type.
Yeah, but then we extend that to like, we then can have two classes defined for the same type, and we just filter.
Okay.
We don't only filter by the message type, but also by the DID conversion, because we know
That's
when we
nice.
receive a message, like this is a didconf v2 message we receive, so we look for a handler with didconf v2, and if I were to not support a didconf v2 for the protocol, then it will say like we don't have a message handler for this message type for didconf v2.
Okay.
And if it has, like, the handler class will just have like two message classes as like the messages it can handle for that for that specific message. So if we have, like, what is it, the request presentation handler, it would be a bit strange, but probably something like didcom v1 request presentation message and didcom v2. Yeah, maybe that's also getting a bit weird. But that way we do make it a bit more explicit, because I think having each protocol automatically support like didcom v1 and v2 for protocols that haven't defined it, or like that's probably also gonna lead to issues. And by making it more explicit, we probably also discourage it a bit more of like having it all automatically work between the two didcom versions.
Okay, I will think a little bit about that and see what I find, and of course do a draft PR to to see if it's good.
If you think like doing it automatically and then just having a like, we could also just add a property here, for example, like if this is a didcom v1 message, or like on the message class we do something like support migration to didcom v2, for example.
Yeah. That was also an idea I have.
Yeah. Okay. Because like, how many protocols would we have this for, like from the start in core? Like, it would be discover features. Because for like basic message v2, like what would be the reason for supporting basic message v2 with didcom v1?
I don't know. Maybe it's not needed.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. And so this goal is get didcom v2 merged in the 050 release with or without mediation.
I would like to have it. We have it with mediation, yes. Probably we will do it in steps, but in the end, I would like to have it in the 05 release.
Yeah.
The ability of using didcom v2, yeah.
Okay. Tim.
Yeah, sorry, this is a slightly more philosophical thought with didcom v1 and v2, but as a principle, you really don't want to overinvest in early adopters, right? I mean, you look at didcom v1, maybe has, I don't know, couple thousand users. I don't know what the numbers really are. Didcom v2 could have tens of millions or hundreds of millions. So doing something just to preserve a backwards compatibility is useful now, but you don't want to pay a price down the road for it. I mean, so just philosophically, it just seems like it'd be more aggressive and break a few things maybe, but if it's a benefit, v2.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree on that, and also that's one of the reasons why I would like to move on to didcom v2 as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And yeah, define every protocol with the didcom v2 classes and that.
Yeah, but I think it's a good point, Tim. I do like what we have done until now with AFJ is like we added new features and we just didn't touch the old implementation, but we didn't like take into account really the old stuff for new features, if that makes sense. So that way, like a flow that used to work doesn't suddenly break. So yeah, and I think with new protocols that is mostly possible to do, because yeah, it can be quite annoying to have something break if there's not a fully working alternative yet. But I think like once we have full didcom v2 support in there, I think we should encourage people to move over as soon as possible. So we can start dropping support for didcom v1 at some point in the future. All right, we're almost out of time. think good discussions. Maybe yeah, not sure what there's a lot of stuff on DidConf v2 that we want to get for the next release, and I know there's also stuff with revocation still open. I
Yeah,
think yeah, go ahead.
We have just a minute, but what I would like to just point out is that we wanted to have the new releases of unencrypted RS wrapper before merging this, and also not only for this, but also for dropping the node 16. We also will need to have the new releases for unencrypted RS and ASCAR and in DVDR. So if you guys can create a new, at least a dev release for the wrappers, maybe we can just start working on on dropping node 16 support and making a lot easier to set up the repo for newcomers, because it's a very common question and issue that people have about that they cannot run the demo, and that's very frustrating for somebody who wants to use a new project and test it, and also we promote that into the workshop the last time. So
Yeah,
that will be important to get rid. First of all, that, and afterwards about removing the Indie SDK support, or not support, but dependency on the root of the repository. Because right now, if you want to run the demo, you will need to install Indie SDK, even if the demo doesn't use it. Because when you run the yarn install, it tries to get the Indie SDK, because the whole repo is depending on it, because for the test and that stuff. But
yeah.
also we can probably refactor a little bit the tests and to use ASCAR and put all those in the SDK specific test into the SDK package, and probably we can not need to use in the SDK at the root.
Yeah,
but what I need, I would like to do that, but what I need is from you guys is to get a new release of the 3 wrappers.
Okay, I will look into that. There were some things still outstanding, but I'll look into getting the wrappers released. I think we should then do a update to node 18 and the new wrappers, release 050 with just that change. So we have that sorted out, and then we can take the time to get DidConf v2 merged.
Okay, that is possible.
Okay, perfect. We're at the end of the call. Yeah, let's do that. That's simple changes. And we'll see you again in 2 weeks then.
Okay.
Thank you all.
See you guys.
Thanks. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.